Hey guys, what's up? Carter here. You have to pardon me if I'm a little out of breath. I just got back from a jog, trying to drop some lbs, if you know what I mean. Sick of being fat. But anyways, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is why did I go on my cold steel rampage, I guess you would call it. And the reason I even bring this up is I got a lot of questions about it. You know, I got a lot of people confused. Like, you go from showing these high-end knives and now you're showing cold steel knives. I had people say, aren't you a little jaded from owning such high-end knives and going back to something like cold steel? You know, they obviously viewed it as a step backwards in kind of my knife collecting, owning, using career. And I get that. I definitely get the confusion. And then I just, you know, a lot of people do not like cold steel. They don't like Lynn Thompson, and they kind of look down on cheaper knives, especially cold steel variety. So this video is kind of just explaining what happened there and why I went on that kind of cold steel voyage, I guess you would say. And also, you know, I still like cold steel. Well, I like the concept of it. I like some things about it. I don't like everything about cold steel knives. But first and foremost, let's address the jaded question. Well, that actually works both ways. Well, first off, let's just say one of the reasons why I kind of went on this cold steel binge is I found a love for Andrew Demko's designs, which I've mentioned many times before. I really want a custom 8010. I have an order in for one. It's a long ways out. His backlog is huge, and I think he has some restrictions on how many he can do. So a long time till I can get that. So in the meantime, I kind of wanted to get my fix by getting some of his production designs, maybe do a little pimping on them, kind of like this Recon 1 here with the acid washed blade finish, or just this American Lawman with the stripped off coating, or the stone washing on here, or the satin finish that I put on this Raja 3 to combat the rusting issues. You know, it's kind of fun, and it's, you know, a lot less scary on a $50, $60 knife, and that's brand new. I mean, you can get these used for much cheaper than that. So, you know, that was kind of fun, and I kind of got my Andrew Demko fix. Second of all, let's talk about the jading. It works both ways. I kind of got jaded on higher end knives there for a little while. Basically what it came down to is me just being sick and tired of worrying about lockup. Who's got the strongest lockup? Who's got the lockup that's not going to wear out? And I just, you know, I realized for $50, $60 I can get the strongest lockup on the market that doesn't have any known expedited wear issues. What I mean by that is whenever you bring titanium into the mix, titanium's soft, it wears easy, it can be dented in, you know, it can be malformed, and then it can affect the lock performance. And I'm like, wow, right here, very affordable, cheap. I've got a knife that I would feel fully confident in stabbing this into anything, at least in terms of the lock holding up. Whereas any other folding knife that I have, I really wouldn't feel safe doing that. I do with these because they're ridiculously strong. It's a beautiful locking mechanism. You know, it's kind of unfortunate that it's not being used kind of in a, I don't know, the knife snob part of me is coming out, but not being used in a kind of cooler knife brand or more cutting edge knife brand with better materials and cool stuff like that. Unfortunately, cold steel, no offense to cold steel fans, obviously I love them, but they can be kind of cheesy in the way they present their stuff as well as some of their designs and things like that. But you know, I just kind of got sick of dealing with all that. I'm just like, if I really want just a super strong, robust locking mechanism and a knife that'll suit my needs, why buy into the hype of all these expensive brands with all this stuff behind them and pay all this extra money? You know, why am I worried about having steel inserts in my lock bar? You know, if I'm really concerned about that, then why not just cut the bullshit and get something where it doesn't matter? You know, and I did. I kind of got a little turned off with that whole business. So I'm just like, fine, I'll just, you know, I'll get into these for a while. And I still definitely appreciate these for those types of things that they have to offer. Obviously the triad lock is extremely strong and awesome, but it also has its limitations in terms of ease of usability, you know, one-handed closing and things like that. Not saying you can't do it, but it's not as intuitive as undoing a liner frame lock. But so that's kind of what, those two things are what prompted me getting into cold steel knives. Getting sick of kind of the higher end, some of the concepts there and some of the things there, and I was just like, oh, I just got sick of thinking about it and dealing with it and paying extra money for stuff. And I'm just like, you know, how about I get into these? I want to see what these are really cut out to do, you know. And yeah, so that's where that came from. Just wanted to clear the air if anybody was really curious on why I got into cold steel knives. I know it's odd, you know, Striders and customs, and all of a sudden I'm like, hey, got another Recon 1 in today. Pretty cool, huh? I can see how that would be kind of odd. Alright guys, take it easy, have a good day. Later.